We were tracking for you this evening. Early stage venture fund Pi Ventures that invests in disruptive artificial intelligence and deep tech startups has launched its second fund. The fund received approvals from SEBI in March 2021 for its second venture capital fund with a target corpus of 565 crore rupees and a green shoe option of 185 crore rupees. To give us more details, joining me now is Manish Singhal, founding partner of Pi Ventures. Manish, welcome to the show. Now, Pi Ventures is looking to back around 25 global disruptors from India via the second fund. What will be the ticket size, Manish, and by when do you start investing?
Thank you for having me on your show. We normally invest in two kind of stages, either in seed or sometimes in pre-Series A or Series A. So when we do in seed, we do under $1 million, and when we do pre-Series A, Series A, we do around $1.5 million, all plus minus, right? So those are broad ticket ranges, and then obviously we follow on in our companies as they raise further rounds of capital. We are open for business. Actually, as we speak, we are discussing terms with a couple of companies, and we will hopefully issue a term sheet very, very soon. So investment starts now.
Okay, so we look forward to hearing those investments. Manish, you closed Fund 1 at 225 crore rupees and focused on applied AI investments in India. What are the other areas in deep tech and AI you would be exploring this time around?
Yeah, so over a period of time, I think our thesis has also matured. Within applied AI, we are actually looking for disruptive use cases of AI and deep tech. So how we look at it is, if we find large global problems being solved by our companies on the back of technology, that interests us. And that's a very wide spectrum. So we see use cases in enterprise, see use cases in healthcare, we've done space tech, we are seeing some very interesting cases in emerging areas like mental health and emotion tech, agriculture. So you name it, I think the technology is seeping through every sector, and we are seeing some really disruptive companies coming out of all areas using AI and beyond AI technologies, as we call them in our thesis.
All right. Picking up from what you just mentioned, Manish, the pandemic is giving massive acceleration to AI adoption and the sector is steadily maturing. Take me through some of the interesting applications and use cases that have emerged from this.
Sure. I think let me focus on a couple of things that are very close to our, what we are going through. One of the things that pandemic has done is put a lot of strain on our mental health, right? We are all concerned about physical health. We are seeing so much of carnage around us, but people who are not suffering from physical health are also suffering from mental health. And mental health going digital in a meaningful way is being done by our company called Vyza. They are actually doing very, very well. They've now supported 3 million users across the world. Similarly, most of the business is being done on Zoom meetings, which is an online platform, or other Microsoft meetings, whatever, online platforms. But it does lack a human touch. So we are seeing some very interesting experiments being done where, the emotion capability, the emotion exchange of, the whole information can also happen along with the other things that happen. So these are some interesting areas, but beyond that, we are seeing some very interesting work being done in healthcare continuously, in drug discovery.
Absolutely. And Manish, coming to that, I was about to ask you, what are the fastest growing areas in deep tech and AI that will see an increased consumer, adoption? For example, you have your portfolio company, Niramai, that has taken healthcare to the farthest places in India, and even Locus is building an intelligent platform to improve logistics. So, take me through some of the other use cases that your portfolio companies are catering to.
Yeah, so I think you picked up some very good companies like Niramai is, for example, taking breast cancer and screening to remote corners of the world now with their CE approval. We have Agnicool, which is helping small rockets go up in space. We have Pixis, which is doing marketing automation. We have Locus, which does logistics. So you can see that the use cases are very varied and spread across. One of the other areas we are very, very interested is biotech and material science. Just like data forms the rock bed for innovation for AI, material science innovations form the rock bed of what we call as physical innovations. And drug discovery, especially in COVID times, right? This vaccine came out in record time. But I don't think we are dealing with the last pandemic as human race, right? More things will come. And how AI and material science can come together and help discover drugs and vaccines in a much shorter time
Sure.
when hit by something like this, right? So these are also some use cases that excite us.
All right, Manish, my final question to you. I wanted to ask you on the kind of returns you're seeing. You know, you've closed your Fund 1. What are the kind of returns you're seeing, and what do you expect in the future?
I think our portfolio is doing really well. Of course, we can't disclose numbers, but some of our companies are scaling very well, and we are in the top decile in the world in terms of our fund returns in the first fund. And obviously, Fund 2 we should do better than Fund 1 because we've learned a lot of things to do or not to do in Fund 1. So Fund 2 should give us good returns.
All right. We hope the same. Thank you very much, Manish, for joining us today on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, Shruti, thank you so much for that.